El Paso, where 20 people were killed in a mass shooting, and overnight, 9 people have died, 16 are injured in Dayton, Ohio.
They're now trying to determine a motive in today's massacre.
These guys who very often are raised on a diet of violent video games.
He was talking about video games.
But the idea of these video games.
The shooting was a response to the Hispanic invasion of Texas.
So just imagine there were 3 ISIS-inspired attacks, killing 32 and injuring so many in 1 week. Would we be talking about mental health? Would we be talking about video games? I don't recall any of those topics being brought up in any prominent case where the perpetrator happens to be black or brown. But yet, here we are, playing the same old tiresome game of deflection because we have a white domestic terrorist problem that conservatives just don't want to address. Well, I'm going to address it because no wall or border or ban is going to fix this problem. It's coming from the White House, and it's radicalizing young, impressionable minds that, yes, will undoubtedly have mental issues, but this is premeditated. This animal in El Paso walked in with an assault rifle. As he said, the infestation of migrants has to be addressed. Where have we heard that language before? I wonder where he got that. And what have some Trump supporters suggested in order to address the immigrants coming into this country?
But do that. But how do you stop these people? You can't. There's no... That's only in the panhandle you can get away with that statement.
One of the only victims announced at this point was a 25-year-old mother of 3 who died shielding her 2-year-old from the bullets. That 2-year-old now has broken bones caused from her.
The 2-year-old who survived and is recovering from broken bones because his mother, a young mother, 25-year-old mother, who was shot multiple times and killed, used her body to shield him.
There's too many lives being lost to this without understanding that it's coming from somewhere. It's not coming from video games. Every country in the world has video games. If it was a video game problem, then countries like Japan would be the leaders in mass shootings, but they're not. It's the United States. By far, every country has mental health issues, but not every country has this amount of mass shootings, and not every country is seeing this just startling rise in white supremacy that is just such an imminent threat to the people of this country. This is just insanity, but it's not who we are. I hate hearing that because this is what has been allowed to fester and rise without being addressed for years. A Columbine shooting survivor just stated that he was at their class reunion, and by the time it was done, there was 2 mass shootings. 2. By the time his class reunion for a shooting in 1999 was done. And back then it was the same thing. We're blaming video games and we don't want to address the root of the problem. And now, in 2019, we have a president who is emboldening these white supremacists to carry out such horrendous and abhorrent acts. And instead of addressing that and trying to tackle it head on, we're having discussions about video games still? Come on, man. This is terrorism. These people are terrorists that are being radicalized online, emboldened by the president that the GOP coddles. You are so complicit in this, in your inaction to pass any common sense gun control, and by allowing this hate mongerer to spread his filth to the masses. And here is your repercussions. Stop politicizing this tragedy. Maybe do something about this in order to prevent future tragedies, you cowards. Are we great yet?